Hello, everyone. Welcome to the hypergamous journey. My name is Denise. I just want to straighten this out. I have 5 words for you today. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop me. We can probably recount the times in our life where we let fear stop us. I know I can. I'm sure you can. We just become paralyzed by our fear. We won't speak up when we're asked to work overtime. So we make concessions in our life so that we can work overtime for our supervisor. And, we incur an extra fee at the daycare because we don't arrive on time to pick up our child or our children because we've been asked to work overtime or stay a little bit later. They say, can you stay, maybe 30 minutes later? And it ends up being an hour and a half by the time you do what you've been asked to do, gather your things and make notes for the next day and then leave. So it's an hour and a half that you have to pay extra at the daycare center, and that's not cheap. And any extra and you may not even get paid overtime because your position may not be one of those kind where you get paid overtime to stay an hour and a half late because you're in management or the employer has figured out some way to legally not pay you for the extra hour and a half. So you are afraid to speak up because you might lose your job. You're not going to know sure how it's going to be received. There might be retaliation against you. It's real. As a young woman, and I did not have children, and I still don't, I found myself always working a little bit later for the women who had children that had to leave. And everybody knew that I was in my 20s and childless and in college. So I was the one that would stay and work with their supervisors while they left. I hated that shit. I'm going to just tell you the truth. I did, because I thought it was grossly unfair that they had children and they could leave or take off to be with their sick children. And then when I took off to be sick, it's like, well, what was wrong with you? Like, I can't be sick because I'm single and all I have is me. Well, that's a vulnerable position to be in as a young woman because there's nobody to protect you. These women, if something goes wrong at the job, the husband can come up there and say, well, my wife needs her job. Somebody is there to protect her and speak up on her behalf. I didn't have that. So I had to speak up for my own self. I digress. That might be a little bit of a trigger. What you think? So don't let fear stop you. I wasn't going to do this YouTube channel for a year. I started this channel in September 21st, 2021. But I thought about the YouTube channel before then. I didn't have this name. I didn't have a name I did one video on real estate. And sometimes it'll come up under this channel. One video I did on a rehab job that I did. And that came up. And I was going to do a channel on real estate. And then I found hypergamy and femininity with Shira 7-1's videos. And I said, well, maybe there are other women in my age group who want to hear what I have to say about dating and hypergamy. So I started this channel. But I was afraid. I was like, who's going to listen to me? I don't have the right phone. I don't have the right technology, because I do all these videos on my Apple iPhone Pro 13 Pro Max phone. You know, Apple and these long names for the phones. But I had a 6S when I first did my videos up until March of this year. They were all done on an iPhone 6S. But I was always running out of space, and it was getting backed up and things of that nature. And I said to myself, you are allowing fear to prevent you from getting a better phone, which I didn't want to spend as much as I did, but I felt like it was an investment that I could have the phone for much longer, do many more videos on it, and the quality would be better, the lighting, everything would be better on this phone. So I bit the bullet, and I'm so glad I did. I was afraid. But you have to move in the direction of your goal, of your dreams, while you're afraid. It never goes away. I'm 61 and stuff still frightens me. But I have always been the kind of person that will move in the direction of her dreams and be afraid and shaking in the boots and, you know, my knees knocking and my voice quivering, and I'll do it anyway. I'll do it anyway. Because at some point, the fear will go away. With my journals, I was afraid, you know, the designs wouldn't be right, and this wouldn't be right, and the colors wouldn't be right, and the statements wouldn't be right. But each statement for my journals was inspired by real life feelings, situations, affirmations that came to me. And then another idea came to me about another kind of book that would help women dig deep into the why of their feelings. So I'm working through that. Am I afraid? You betcha I am. But I don't care. Now that I got 18 journals, beautiful journals on Amazon, it's like, oh, this is a piece of cake. Now I am not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. What are you afraid of doing? What are you sitting on? What idea are you sitting on because of your fear? Answer that. Why? You're afraid of what? One of my fears was that my supervisor or my employer or somebody who works there would find my videos and feel like I had no right to have a YouTube channel and work for them at the same time. And then I would get fired. And then I would be fired for it. But everybody has a YouTube channel and goes to a job, right? Almost everybody. And if you are not doing something online where the cost of entry is basically zero, you, in my opinion, are crazy. If you have an idea, you should be online doing it. Fear or no fear. Fear doesn't go away. That's the point I'm making. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop you. I'm going to do an affirmation right now. I am afraid, but I'm going to do it anyway. And think of how many ways you can say that feels good to you. So I did a video on I am. I'll put it in the description box. I am afraid. So that kind of lowers your vibration. How about I am fearless? And I do what I am called to do. That's more uplifting. That feels better. I am fearless. I do what I'm called to do. I do what I am called to do in spite of fear. I'm going to do it. That's it. I'm going to do what I am called to do in spite of fear. And so will you, if you decide. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.